So augmented reality continues to be challenged in gaining consumer traction, but there are some bright spots. So for example, usage and revenue continue to gain momentum in mobile AR, but that's really just a stepping stone towards AR's real endgame, which of course is Headworn. So where are we in that sequence, and what's the Headworn AR revenue outlook? This is the topic of Artillery Intelligence's latest forecast, which dives into AR glasses and all of their revenue subsegments. So what did we find out? At a high level, global Headworn AR revenue will grow from $1.86 billion in 2023 to $5.34 billion in 2028. And that sum consists of consumer and enterprise spending, the latter holding a commanding 78% revenue share in early years. Now, further subdividing the spending is hardware and software. And their hardware once led, as it often does in early years of emerging tech, but it's been eclipsed by software as it piggybacks on the hardware installed base and enjoys faster refresh cycles and recurring revenue benefits of SaaS economics. So starting with that hardware base, we project AR headsets to grow in unit sales from about 456,000 in 2023 to 2.07 million in 2028, which will represent an installed base of 5.79 million units at that time. And that's healthy growth, but to put that into perspective, that outer year figure is still dwarfed by the global smartphone installed base by about 640 to 1. And as far as consumer and enterprise spending, the latter is dominant, as we noted, and that's driven by a strong ROI case for AR-guided productivity and planning. But consumer spending will begin to catch up in later years, partly because consumer markets are larger than enterprise markets based on population sizes. And in this case, consumer spending will be driven by improving technology, cultural acclamation, and massive investments being made by the likes of Apple, Meta, and Snap. But that consumer adoption will be very gradual, stretching out over years and even decades. So speaking of Apple, Vision Pro launched in early 2024, and several signs point to a follow-up, cheaper, non-Pro device in the next few years, as well as potential smart glasses that represent more of an all-day wearable form factor. And the competitive pressure from Meta Orion could accelerate Apple's investment in that area, which has always been its AR endgame. But in the meantime, what do Vision Pro sales look like so far? So the short answer is that they've been disappointing to some, but expected by others, given its price tag. It's not a mass market product. We pegged 2024 device sales around 224,000 units, growing to 320,000 units by 2028, which is admittedly more conservative than most other estimates we've seen. But interestingly, that 2024 estimated unit sales number is very small in Apple device terms, but very large in Headworn AR terms. In other words, it's enough to inflect the market, given that its nascent stage and size pre-Vision Pro. And that, along with the breakout hit that is Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses, drove aggregate unit sales of 1.49 million units in 2024, up from about 500,000 in 2023, which is a meaningful one-year jump. So that just scratches the surface, and you can see more in the full report. But in closing, the Headworn AR market continues to transform, and this year saw lots of ups and downs. So not only were there inflections in unit sales, just noted, but we also saw exciting glimpses of the future from the likes of Snap Spectacles and Meta Orion. But we also saw Microsoft HoloLens exit the enterprise market and continue to see challenges in its big US Army contract. So this shifting ground is really emblematic of early stage sectors, and expect to see more of the same as the industry twists around and takes shape as it grows towards adolescence.